Once again, we are so excited to welcome you all to this first series of data science for beginners, the workshop. Today, what we are going to look at, what we are going to learn. In today's session, we are going to dive into the fascinating world of data analytics and data science. Followed by that, we will explore or we will take a deep dive in demystifying the AI lingos, artificial intelligence lingos. There are various jargons are floating around in the internet. Voice issue, I'm not able to listen. Okay, okay. Hello, everyone. So, okay, let me just check with everyone. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. Thanks for the response. Overwhelming response that you are able to hear me. Okay, only few of you are unable to hear me. Please sign in back. Okay. Okay. So today we are going to take a deep dive in understanding the lingos, the jargons surrounding the AIs. Right, various jargons are surrounding or floating in the internet. So you might be a bit confused, especially the beginners. Right. So what is data science, what is artificial intelligence, what is predictive analytics, what is business analytics, what is data analytics, and what is explainable AI, what is responsive AI, what is computer vision, machine learning, deep learning. All these things we'll take a look at it in today's session at a high level. Okay. And then if yeah, the next session what we'll do is we'll continue with exploring what is machine learning, deep learning, and types of various machine learning algorithms and Gen AI. And also in the third session, this is also an overview. And the third session, we will jump into understanding the basics of linear regression. Okay, so we'll start with the machine learning, and and then gradually we will proceed with exploring the popular algorithms that are available in machine learning. Followed by that, we will jump into the deep learning algorithms. Okay, and then we'll jump into Gen AI. Gen AI is the talk of the town. All of you must be knowing it. There are a lot of talks are going on, and there are a lot of hypes around Gen AI. Yeah, that we will let you know. Okay, Kishore, the number of sessions will let you know as we move further. Okay, so that's what I said initially. At present, we plan for 3 sessions per week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And based on the other people's consent, we will finalize the timing. And at least we will know one day in advance about the timing. Okay. And sorry for the confusion in terms of rescheduling because we planned for rolling out the MLOps and LLMOps session. Today, due to some connectivity issues with the AWS console, we are unable to proceed further. Okay. And the same is with the GCP also. Okay. Though they say free tier, end of the day, right? So they give only the limited access. Hence, all right. So, and also due to some security issues, our rookies were given access to our AWS console. Somehow they messed up. Okay, they exposed a couple of secret keys outside AWS console, and somehow they caught it, and then they blocked our account. Okay, but they suspended temporarily for the time being. Anyhow, we raise the case ID; it will be resolved. Due to that confusion, also this session got impacted. Okay, all right. Now let us get started. What we'll do is let's kick things off with an introduction to data analytics and data science. What is data analytics? All of you must be knowing, right? Let's imagine you have a pile of raw data in front of you. Pile of raw data in front of you. Data analytics is like turning a flashlight in a dark room. It eliminates the insights hidden within that data, right? So it's something like raw data. So what do you mean by raw data? For example, in the case of mobile retail chain store in Chennai and Bangalore, Sangeeta Mobile and Purvika Mobiles stores, they have various chain of stores located across the cities. Okay, you can see Purvika and Sangeeta mobile phones across the cities. Where which various locations you can find out that stores, mobile stores. Similarly, in Hyderabad, you will find the Vijay stores. Sorry, Bajaj, right? Bajaj, you will find it, and Pune, you will find the Vijay sales, and Mumbai, you will find Top 10 and Vijay sales. Mobile electronics and mobile retailers, right? So you will find them. They sell variety of mobile phones. So first of all, what do you mean by raw data? Can someone type it in the chat window? So let's make this session more interactive. So what do you mean by raw data? So the whole idea of data analytics and data sciences, converting or transforming this raw data into meaningful data. Okay, so just pre-process the data. Once you pre-process your data, you can glean the insights. End of the day, I want the insights. Unprocessed data. Raw data is unprocessed data. So let's take this example, the mobile phone example, mobile store example. So what are the raw data? You can tell me. All of you might be familiar with mobile phones, right? You are buying mobile phones. For example, once you buy the mobile phone, once you decided to buy a mobile phone, you go to the billing section. They will generate the invoice. Okay, that is your transaction data. You have the product ID, quantities, and payment methods. Okay, payment methods, and yeah, quantity and payment method. So this is in a simple transaction data. What is the transaction ID? For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and which date? What is the date that you bought a mobile phone? And what is the product? iPhone 13, iPhone 13. How many quantity? One. And which payment that you have used? A credit card, cash or credit card? Credit card or GPay, okay, or UPI ID or something like that. Okay, this is your raw data, and behind the scene, the application stores not only the transaction data, along with that, it will store the customer information also. So, what do you mean by customer information? About the customer name, yeah, the customer name and their phone numbers, addresses, and shipping addresses, and then email ID and so on, right? And then your product catalog. Product catalog is a separate table that will contains the product ID for each product. The 202 is the product ID, and name of the mobile phone is Samsung Galaxy S22, and battery life. So in the Samsung Galaxy itself, different variants are available. What is the battery life? 4000 mAh. So what is 4000 mAh? Anyhow, I'm not going to talk about the mobile, jargons. 4000 milliampere hours. Someone asked this question, okay, and this is battery life is something like usage time. How long it will last once you charge it. Okay, all these information. Apart from this, these are the data or structured data. Okay, something you have you have a data in your retail store like customer feedback. Customer feedback is a unstructured data. Okay, unstructured data. Apart from this, you have stock levels. You have some inventory related data you store somewhere. This is your raw data. What do you mean by processed data? What do you mean by processed data? What do you mean by processed data? This is your raw data. I just write it. Yes, sorry. I just pick up my pen. Give me a second. One second. I just write it here. Let's say you have something like the product ID, right? So your transaction data, for example, your transaction data, something like this, product ID. and product name, and then you have something else called quantity or date. Which date you bought this one? Date and product name, product ID, and then you have the yes, you are correct, right? We can use the quantity. And then maybe, the payment method, plus importantly, the price, right? Price is missing here, price is also there, and payment method, credit card or cash or something like. You have all these data. For example, your product ID is something like 1 2 3 4 5, just something. And then iPhone 13, so you bought it on 21 12 2024, and then quantity 1, and payment method credit card, and price is let's yeah, 89,000 approximately. We'll put it something like that, including GST or something like that. Okay, this is your the raw data. Okay, so what do you mean by processed data? The processed data is something like, for example, if somebody is asking the sales summary report, the summary of total sales for each phone model. Somebody is asking, hey, in iPhone, we have different models are there. In iPhone 13, how many units we sold for the in the last year, 2024? How many number of units we sold in iPhone for the in the case of iPhone 13? Okay, that's the sales summary report. Okay, for example, the total sales was 500,000 last year, 2024. Total sales 500,000, and number of units, total units, let's say 100 units. Okay, in 2024, this is the amount you sold it. You just this is something, don't calculate directly like this. Okay, and so this is the processed data. Processed data in the sense, right? So you clean the data. You clean the data wherever it is required. You do some kind of encoding. In case of any outlier, you are going to fix it. All these things you are going to do it. And then finally, if somebody is asking you, hey, give me, how many units we sold in total by 2024 in this for iPhone 13. Okay, so this is the number you give it. But raw data, when you look at, so let's say you have this business have grown up, and you have almost 100 plus the chains are there, retail mobile store chains are there. So very difficult to take all the data and going to each and everything, calculating it, right? So when you use the aggregation, when you apply the aggregation, using sum or average, what you do is you can find out this one, right? So with that only, so you need to combine all these. For example, if they ask you, can you give me the average sale per customer by 2024? Okay, so average sale per model, mobile phone model. So what is the average sale per mobile phone model, right? So in that case, for by 2024, in that case, you need to consolidate all the 2024 year data specifically for iPhone 13, and then only you can give that, right? So you need to process this data, the raw data. Okay, so that is why, in order to get this number, right? So in order to get these numbers, the aggregated numbers, summarized numbers, you need to process that one, right? You need to process this. You need to consult all the data, apply sum on that or average on that, and then do group by, and then only you can tell, hey, this is what the total units we sold it by brand, by model, by location, and so on. Okay, so now we understood what is raw data and what is processed data. Okay, so what here I told you, right? So we are bombarded with, nowadays, we are bombarded with piles of data, piles of raw data. So what, right? So we have piles of raw data in front of us. So data analysis is like turning on a flashlight in a dark room. It eliminates insights hidden within the data. We do not know. We have so much volume of data are available, and we do not know what patterns are there, what are the insights, hidden insights, are there in that data? We do not know unless we uncover the data by exploring or performing data analytics. We will not be able to understand the insights, right? Hidden insights. So what do you mean by insights? Can someone tell me what do you mean by insights before we jump in with the next topics? See, when we talk about data science, artificial intelligence, you should be knowing what is an insight and what is pattern, what is trend. All these terms you should be knowing it. Give me an example with respect to the mobile phone or any topic. Give me an example for insights. What do you mean by insights? Simple example. So what do you mean by an insight? Take the mobile is very simple example, right? Mobile stores. You buy accessories. Yeah. The meaningful information on the helpful. Yeah, that is a generic statement, meaningful information. But once you become a data scientist, you need to give the story, right? Concrete story or compelling story around your data. For example, when you analyze the purchase data, right, right, that tells us that customers who buy high-end mobile phones like iPhone 13 are also more likely to buy premium accessories. Okay, so basically, it indicates as a potential bundle opportunity. Whenever they buy a mobile phone, along with that, they buy the mobile cover, okay, mobile cover or other accessories like mobile covers, and then the temper glass and so on. Okay, so in that case, you're not only selling the mobile phone, along with that you sell the accessories also. And other example for insights, for example, you are analyzing the sales data for the last several months. While doing so, right, you discovered the sales of budget-friendly phones spike during festive seasons. With that, what you can do? See, festive seasons, we sell the budget phones more during the festival seasons. There is a potential for targeted or holiday promotions. During the festival time, obviously, the big leave holidays will be there, right? So the chances are high that during the holidays, the customers can buy more. Buy more what? Budgeted, budget phones, budget-friendly phones. Okay, they want to gift it to their kids or they want to gift it to their senior citizen at home. They want to buy budget phones. Okay, so in that case, if you target any specific offers during holidays, definitely the sales can go high for the budget-friendly phones. And then demand forecasting, right? So for example, right, if you have the inventory data and if you combine that with the sales trends, right, it allows you to, it shows that, right, some models like Samsung Galaxy S30, S22, you might see that there is a surge in the demand after price drops. So in that case, whenever you announce an offer, whenever you give an offer, for example, 15% discount or something like that. So for example, Samsung Galaxy S22, the sales is going up. So in that case, it helps you to better do the stock planning. So if whenever I announce this offer, I should make sure that I need to stock up more item on this one. Okay. So these are the pattern you have seen it in the past, right? So insight, these are the insights that you can get it here. Okay. There are some cases, yes, like you said, right? Price sensitivity. What do you mean by price sensitivity? So let's say now I'm looking at the data. I'm looking at the last, 2024 last year data. So, I can see that the sales pattern shows that there is a slight price increase on certain popular brands or model does not affect sales. The demand is more, but the supply is less. And for a specific brand, even though I increase the price a little more, it doesn't affect my sales. Still, my sales is, good. So that indicates that customers are willing to pay more for those devices. Okay. So these are the patterns. Okay. We can see that these are the insights. So these are the insights and these are the patterns we can find out from the data once we explore the data. If I have humongous amount of data stored in our Hadoop system, Hadoop is a software. You can store petabytes and above volume of data in a pretty faster manner. And also you can retrieve the data in a very fast manner. But data is there, Hadoop software is there, everything is there. We have humongous amount of data. If you don't explore the data, what will happen? There is no use of storing the humongous amount of data, isn't it? The more the data, more the insights. Armed with more insights, you can make a better business decisions, right? Or you can fine tune your business strategy and so on. Okay. Now let's explore the fascinating world of data science, okay, and how it can transform businesses. To explain the power of data science, I'm going to tell you a story of a mobile and electronic store, the same thing, okay? And there is a fictitious store called Gadget Event, okay? So in fact, right, I got an opportunity to interact with a couple of marketing guys, working with the retail mobile chains in Chennai and Bangalore. Okay, based on this, right, I came up with this thing. Okay, so there is a mobile electronic store called Gadget Heaven. They used data science to turn things around. So okay, they are posing some challenges. For example, the retail chain owner is Sarah. Okay, and and she poses a lot of challenges of late. Okay, so despite our retail store, majority of our retail mobile chain stores were located in the prime location, and they sell different or vast array of products. They were posing some dilemma. What was the dilemma? What was the dilemma? The sales were stagnating. Okay, the sales were not up to the mark, and right, so the sales were stagnating in some locations, and the customer satisfaction was on the decline. Okay, not up to the mark. And then other issue they posed was excess stock of unpopular items. Excess stock of unpopular items. Okay, they often found themselves with excess stock of unpopular items while running out of best-selling products at crucial times. For example, take for example in the case of Bangalore, right? So you have, yes, so sports insights. Someone mentioned sports insights, athletes using raw data. Very good, right? So yeah, so in some area, the customers are more likely to buy the iPhone, the premium phones. But in that area, you did not stock up more iPhones. Rather, you stocked up the budget phones. So that those areas, customer, right, especially the high income group people, those live in that area. Obviously, they tend to buy premium phones most of the time. Okay, if you stock up more on the budget friendly mobile phones in those area stores, what will happen? You will not be able to sell those products unnecessarily. That will be lying idle. End of the day, what will happen? The customer will get frustrated. So man, though they have 3 or 4 stores in this specific location, I'm not able to get my preferred brand. So better let me go to other store, other branded, other company, right? So obviously you are going to lose the sales. Okay, so you need to make sure that right products to be stocked at the right location at the right time. Unless you take care of this, what will happen is you are going to lose the business. Since the number of stores grown up or increased in each city, they found issues in managing them. Okay, they found issues in managing them. They stock up unpopular items in one specific location, whereas in that specific location, most of them they prefer the premium brand also, and vice versa. Okay, in the other locations. Okay. So either right, they often add too much of items that did not sell well, but run out of the popular items at important times. This caused them to miss sales and pay higher storage costs. Not only the sales, they are going to miss it. The storage cost, right? The inventory cost is very high. The money gets locked. Okay. Next one is the as I told you, right? The excessive stock. This is the issue. And next one is the ineffective marketing. Ineffective marketing strategy. It's something like the efforts. What are they? They're working. They are working day and night in terms of promoting their business. But the efforts felt like shooting in the dark. If you shoot someone in the dark, what will happen? You might tend to kill the innocent rather than killing the criminal, right? Something like, their marketing efforts or were like a shooting in the dark. Okay, they run generic promotions and advertisement. What do you mean by generic promotion? So we are giving 15% discount in or sale, right? The sale price is let's say you are giving 15% discount on iPhone in the area where customers cannot afford to buy. What is the use of giving a discount in that specific area? So they run generic promotion advertisement, hoping to attract customers, but the results were lackluster. What do you mean by lackluster? There is no outcome, right? So they are giving advertisement. End of the day, nobody is buying the phones because they are not targeting the right people. They are targeting the wrong people to promote their products. So these are the issues posed by Sarah. What she thought, right? So she thought she got frustrated, okay, because of the issues what are we posed. And as a store owner, right, she knew something had to change if they have to survive, if they were to survive, right, in the fiercely competitive market. Okay, they need to make some changes. More stores are there. Obviously, the sales should be more. End of the day, due to these issues, she was not able to, make a cut. Okay, she is so determined to turn things around. She decided to harness the power of data analytics and data science while attending a seminar, the something like analytics and data science webinar or seminar, right? She came to know from her co-attendee, that she was also a business owner, and with her guidance, she or with her suggestion or recommendation, she decided to harness the power of data science, and she hired the data scientist or data analyst. Okay, and then she implemented a robust system to collect, analyze, and analyze the sales data and customer preferences and market trends. Okay, so by doing so, she uncovered valuable insights into which products were selling well, top 10 products and bottom selling products, and which product we are selling with the negative margins. Negative margins are very dangerous. Okay, so right, so it's something like which products were flying off the shelves and which ones were gathering dust. By doing the analysis, she was able to understand that, and then she was able to optimize the inventory and marketing efforts by going through the data, by performing the analysis, what if analysis and predictive analytics. She was able to understand, whenever I give the discount on a specific model or a specific brand, popular brands, the sale is more. The more the sales, obviously, we need to stock up more items. How much items should I stock up? That's where the predictive analytics, which is nothing but the machine learning algorithm, comes into picture. Machine learning or deep learning. With that, you can do demand forecasting, all the things. She was able to forecast the optimal number of units that needs to stocked up in our market. So in our warehouse or in the retail stores, right? And which retail store, how much units needs to be stored, and when that has to be kept, where more number of items, right? During festival season, whenever they announce the offer or discounts, that time they need to stock up more, right? And festival season also they need to stock up more, and also targeting the right customers. So for example, in the high income group people, posh areas, Obviously, you need to keep the premium mobile phone. They wouldn't mind buying the expensive mobile phone because they are looking for more features, sophisticated features, and then longer battery life, and so on, right? So in that case, they wouldn't mind buying an expensive mobile phone. Obviously, right, if you target the right people and promoting it, for example, if you send push notifications or sending the brochures or email marketing, so in that case, obviously they'll get attracted, right, based on their previous purchases, and then patterns. Every festival, from major festivals in India or in USA, they buy mobile phones, and especially they buy premium mobile phones. So those kind of customers, you send proactively the notifications about your offers and discounts. Obviously, they will be impressed, and they will come back to your business. All these things she was able to understand just with one click of the predictive analytics model apps. She was able to understand, which products, in which location, how much we are expect to sell, and how many number of items that needs to be stocked up. That reduced the cost in terms of the storage, and also that helped her to boost her top and bottom lines. What do you mean by top line and bottom line? Top line is your revenue, bottom line is your profit, net profit also. Okay. And also she was able to adjust her purchasing patterns to align with customer. Actually, she is getting the mobile phones from the other dealers or stockists. Right? Based on the customer demand, she was able to align with the adjusted her purchasing patterns. Whom to buy, how many items should I stock up, which stockist should I buy it, which stockist provide the cost effective, or the cheaper price, right, of the mobile phone, so that she can meet with the customer's demand and make sure that she's not running, our stores are not running out of stock, or the other cases she's not ending up with overstocking, right? Now she's able to deal with all the things. Okay. Now she understood the trick of the trade, how to turn the data to dollars. Okay, with these things, she was able to optimize her inventory, and also how to boost the sales, and what kind of customers she need to target. As I told you, during the festival times, customers are so there are some group of customers, they prefer budget phones more. They tend to buy more budget phones. So target those customers with the special offers for those budget phones, so that the chances are high that the customers can then so they can buy from your store only, right? Though competitors are there, obviously if the offers are compelling, definitely they'll come back and buy it from your store only. So gadget heaven, now they transformed from a struggling retail into a thriving business because of implementing data analytics and data science as part of their analytics DNA. Okay, so now you understood with this simple story. So what is data analytics and what is data science? So what is the difference between these two, guys? What is data analytics? From this simple story, what did you understand? What is data analytics and what is data science? Okay, exploring, analyzing the large data sets or your data analytics, right? You explore the historical data, past data, you explore the past data, and then you will gain insights by looking at the data. Okay, which locations we are selling more on specific models, which locations we are not selling well the specific models. You got to know that. Okay, right. So by doing the data analytics. So what is the difference, exact difference between the data science and analytics here? Data analysis is focusing on understanding the historical data to improve your current business decisions. Okay, what is data science? Data science combines data analytics with advanced techniques like machine learning, deep learning, some cases computer vision, to not only understand the past, but also predict the future and automate decision making. I was talking about forecasting the demand, predicting the demand, or predicting the behavior of the customer. How do I know which items customers are going to buy in the upcoming festival season? Based on their past, your machine learning algorithm learned the pattern. So and so customers are, so and so customers who have purchased the premium brands, they are most likely to buy the same premium brands during the festive season. There are some set of customers, they are more likely to buy budget phones during the festive season based on the past purchase behavior of the customers. Don't tell me last year I was working in a non-IT company. Currently, I moved to an IT company. My income is more. Your predictive model is wrong. Right? So that is when we need to keep train our machine learning model with up-to-date data. So you might have heard about something called retraining your model. That is the reason why, guys, we keep retrain the model. It's not like training a machine learning model once and then it's not a one-time fix. We are not going to train the model once and we are going to deploy it and then we wash our hands, right? It's not like that. You need to keep monitor your model performance and you need to keep retrain your model with the fresh data so that it can give you the fresh insights. Any questions, guys, so far? We're able to understand. I believe most of you are non-IT background, and still you are still you don't have IT background. I'm sure you might be working with some MIS department. Okay, you take Excel sheet and whatever the data given by your manager, you create reports. Maybe you are doing slicing and dicing and pivoting, all the things you do it in Excel and all the things, right? End of the day, what the management are going to look at that the report looks maybe right. You have designed a visually appealing report. Everything is it looks so jazzy and fancy. End of the day, are the data that you show it are correct or not? Yes, it's correct. Everything is good. But can I get any insights, valuable insights? Yes, I could see that some pattern. Customers, whenever there is a festival, they tend to buy budget phones. And again, age group. When you do some kind of analytics based on the age bucket, right? People between 18 to 25, they're more likely to buy iPhones. Younger age group people. Okay, maybe 18 to 30 or 32, right? They tend to buy iPhones. Older people, obviously, right? They don't need iPhone because again depends on the income group. But majority of them they don't buy expensive phones in the older ages. Okay, so age-wise, you are able to find people with this age group, they prefer these brands. And people, with this age group, they buy so-and-so brands. Likewise, right, you can make out, you can find out from the data and also you can predict the feature. So which brands are we selling well and what factors drives selling the specific brands? Can someone tell me what factors that drives selling the specific brands of your mobile phones? What factors drives selling and the specific model of the mobile phones? In some case, right, the foldable phones in the past, right? So there are some trends. When we explored data, we could see that foldable phones are likely to become a mainstream product. In the past, and also we feel that the same thing in the near future. More foldable phones, are expected to sell more, right? So that also right gives rise to increasing your investment or marketing efforts around that technology. Okay, that is another example. Okay, yeah, what you are saying is correct. One gentleman sent a message saying that your income group, age group, novelty. Yes, very good. These are the factors. Excellent, excellent. Who answered this one? Afan, right? Afan, very good. Income group and other gentleman, Nadeem Sheikh. Yes, these are the factors can drive the customers by more. And battery life. Nowadays, customers are very particular about battery life. battery life should, it should last longer, right? So for 4000 mAh is not okay for me. It gives me 8 to 12 hours. But if I go for higher mAh, obviously the battery will last for longer time. Okay, especially when you travel during vacation time and hot climate. When you travel to a location where it is the temperature is very hot, obviously your battery life should be longer, right? So in the case, obviously you prefer to buy a phone which lasts longer, the battery thing. Okay, so likewise, various insights you tend to see that, especially we analyze the data given by a couple of retail chains in Chennai and Bangalore also. So based on that, we were able to give interesting insights to them. With that, they fine-tuned their strategy and they could see remarkable increase in their sales, and they were able to attract more number of customers than their competitors. And importantly, they were able to not only increase their or boost their top and bottom line, they were able to cut down the cost drastically in some areas. Okay. Now you understood what is the difference between data analytics and data science, some extent, right? Exploring and analyzing the large data sets. So by performing the data analytics, you can gather the patterns, you can find out the hidden trends, and you can explore the new correlations. So what do you mean by correlations? The data scientist guys knows, right? The correlation to find out the correlation between two quantitative variable, right? Sorry, you will be using the two quantitative variable to find out the correlation. If the correlation value is somewhat closer to one, then you decide that there is a strong relationship exists between those two quantitative. For the simple example is two quantitative variables, price and sales. As you increase the price, do you think the sales will also increase? This is a common question. Don't think there are some high demand products. Still, the sales will be steady. Okay, don't say that. I made a common statement. If I increase the sales for all the mobile phones, do you think the sales will be more? Obviously, no. So there is a correlation, right? So whenever I increase the price, the sales is decreasing most of the time. But for specific models, the sales is still stay same, right? So it will not change. The sales, it will not going to fall down. There is no fluctuation, right? Even if I increase the price slightly, okay, slightly, I made the statement, okay, because the demand is more, supply is less. On a case-to-case basis, right? Correlations will also change. So correlations basically to compare the or find out the relationship between two quantitative variables. Okay, so with that, you can understand, okay, for specific brands, if I increase the price, are there any decline in the sales, or are there any increase in sales, or does it still remains as it is? Okay, with that, you can find out. So the correlation, all the things, the formulas, everything will teach you as sort of data science. Okay, what is data science? So you might be seeing this definition in the net. So as I told you, using data science, as part of data science, what we do is we use statistics and mathematics and predictive algorithm like machine learning model and so on to make a prediction, or we use some time series model to make a forecasting. Okay, what is the how many number of products we are expect to sell in which brand, which model, right? You can forecast about the future. Okay, to know the future, data science is coming into picture. So what exactly the definition of the formal definition of data science is? It is an interdisciplinary field. It is an interdisciplinary field. It encompasses various disciplines. Should be good at statistics, and you should be good at computer science programming. You should good at mathematical statistics, right? And domain knowledge. For example, if you are working in retail industry for a longer time, or one of my students in the past, he is working as a VP with HDFC Bank. He has tremendous experience with respect to the collection. He was part of the collection department. So he has a tremendous experience with respect to the collections, how to collect the money, which customers are more likely default, now to recover the money, all the things he knows. Okay, and he has a lot of experience, collection department and other fixed deposit, and other services products also, banking products also. He was very much comfortable, and they know the domain very well. Okay, and then they learned the data science. Now they are they are applying the data science in their day-to-day life in with their banking data. With that, they are able to make remarkable outcomes. Okay, so basically, it uses the combination of everything. Okay, the scientific, the algorithms, machine learning algorithms, mathematical statistics, the computer science, the domain knowledge. You need to have the combination of all things. It deals with creating models that capture the underlying pattern of complex systems. Okay. And these are the key components of your data science. You collect the data and then you do the data pre-processing. And then what you do is you train your models, either deep learning or machine learning models. Based on the past data, you train the model. The model can learn the pattern from these historical data. Okay. 1 second, somebody is calling. And data visualization. So once you train your model with the pre-processed data, pre-processed historical data, and then if you apply the model, right, on the unseen data, you can, you can evaluate your model performance, or your model will make a prediction on your unseen data. Okay. So basically, right, we use certain packages in Python and R to help the non-data scientist, the management, right, non-technical team, to help them to understand the output or outcome generated by the machine learning and deep learning models. Okay, we use some packages, okay, in Python to explain them, how to interpret or understand the output generated by these models. Okay, so we use some visualizations, data visualization tools also to help them to understand the output produced by these models. Okay, the difference between data analytics, data science already discussed. It is data analytics focus on historical data. So based on the analysis, right, we understand the current situation. We plan the current situation, how to deal with that, all the things, and it combines data analytics with advanced techniques like machine learning to predict the future. Not about. See, this is it deals with historical data to understand your current situation, all the things, right? And this is to predict the future, the data science. You just think that way, okay? Next one is the important section. Most of them, they get confused often. So what are the lingos around AI? Now we will demystify this. So uh, what are these terms? For example, different buzzwords you might have. Artificial intelligence. You might have heard about What is artificial intelligence? Okay, what is artificial? Can someone type it in the chat window quickly? What is human intelligence? For example, if I give you a problem in math, right, I apply your intelligence to solve that problem. You are applying your brain, right? In the case of artificial intelligence, we are using these algorithms, the machine learning models or deep learning models to solve the problems. Instead of brain, we are using this one. Correct? Yes, I could see the good. Yeah. So what is data analytics? Okay, next one is okay. Yeah, artificial intelligence. See, in the past, what happened? The scientists, they came up with an idea of giving the brain to the systems. What do you mean by systems? What do you mean by systems? Cars. The simple example is a self-driving car. Simulation of brain. Yes, human brain. Yes, they want to simulate the human brain as part of, they came up with an idea of simulating the human brain. So what do you mean by simulating? The simple example and the classic example is self-driving car. There is no driver. All you need, just hop into the car and you give the instruction to the car. Hey, I want to go to this place. Can you take me to that destination? That's all. You can sleep. By the time you wake up, or the car will wake up. Hey, your preferred destination, I arrived. Please get out. How it is possible? Because of artificial. So they have given the brain to the car. You don't have to have a driver. So without human intervention, the car can drive on its own. Okay. So basically they want to simulate the human brain, right? So for to the systems and all. For that reason, right? So they came up with this idea. Okay. So basically, the artificial is the broad field of creating machines or software, right? That can perform tasks that we right? That typically require human intelligence, such as reasoning, problem solving, and understanding language also. So if you want to do translate the language, translate.google.com, you go there, translate the language, right? So it's a broad field of machines or software, right? It can perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence. Do you all agree with me? So the example for the other example is the retail, right? So you can use the AI to recommend products based on customer behavior and presence. For example, you want to buy a mobile phone, so you go to the Amazon, you go and check the Samsung Galaxy S22. So right, whenever you see that mobile phone, at the bottom you can see customers who also bought the same products in the past along with this one. So you can see the accessories and the same features of other mobile phone brands also at the bottom you can see. So it makes some recommendations. Okay, and then the case of banking, right? It helps us to find out the fraudulent transactions. Okay, fraud detection and all, it can find out. Okay, so that is what artificial. It's basically it's an umbrella term. Okay, the next one is the predictive analytics. So what is predictive analytics? What is predictive analytics? And then next one is data analytics and business analytics and data science, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision. Man, you got bombarded with so many terms. What exactly these terms are all about? So you know what is artificial? This is the right. It's an umbrella term. Okay, so that's an umbrella. Now we have something else called AI agents. AI agents also gaining a lot of momentum. Agents. How many of you heard about terms? The recent trend. Gen AI, right? Gen AI is the recent term. Look at generative AI. Okay, and then the latest buzzword is the agents. AI agents now gaining momentum. These term also gaining momentum. So the data analytics we have already discussed. It's focusing on the past data to understand your current situation, right? Right. And then predictive analytics is something like predicting the future. Using the machine learning algorithms, we can make a prediction. Okay, so we can make a prediction. It's nothing but we are predicting predicting the future using machine learning related algorithms. Okay, it is as simple as that. Next one is business analytics. What is business analytics? Business analytics, there are, you might have heard from the business analyst. If you have business analyst in your company, right, especially when you work with IT companies, obviously you might have to interact with business analyst at any cost, right? Most of the projects you will have the business analyst either sitting at offshore or at onshore with the customer side. So they are the one will help you to understand the business jargons, business terms, business logic, and help you to translate those business problems or business logic into technical logic, right? So they are the one called business analysts. They are good at domains. They know business very well, and they have a little technical background. But there are guys I have seen in the past project where I worked with Target and Walmart, right? So they are techno-functional. They know business very well and they are good in technology also. Okay. Very rare to see such skill set. Okay. That's a niche skill set. Okay. They are the most sought after guys. Okay. Now you understood, right, these terms at a high level. Okay. And what is machine learning? Yes, yes, we will see all the terms. Don't worry. Okay. What is machine learning? It's a subset of machine learning is subset of our AI. Okay, machine learning is subset of our artificial intelligence. It focuses on algorithms, right? So it helps, it allows the machines to learn from the data and make decisions without writing the programs explicitly. Because these algorithms already invented by someone else. All we have to just tell these algorithms, what are the input features, for, in order to train the algorithm that are required, and what are the labeled output, variable, right? That you need to input and output features. You need to give the input and output to these machine learning algorithms. Once you give that input and output, the machine learning algorithm learns the patterns. It's something like, if I say 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, and if I write, this is the one I trained you, and if I ask you ulta, 1 plus 2, what is that? You'll say 3, right? You will not tell me, hey, you did not teach me 1 plus 2. You taught me only 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. That's the question, right? Input 2 plus 1 I gave you, and then output also I gave you 3. 2 plus 1 is the input, and output is 3. Now you understood. 2 plus 1 is nothing but 3. Okay, when I give 1 plus 2, and if I ask you what is the output, so already I trained you. 2 plus 1 is 3. If I, give you the another problem, since I trained you already, if I ask you a question, what is 1 plus 2, you will say 3, isn't it? So you are not only memorizing this, you understand the pattern, right? So if you add 2 with the 1, it is 3. Obviously, 1 plus 2 is 3, right? This is a simple example. So basically what we do is we take the historical data and then we train this algorithm. Algorithm learns the patterns automatically. Once it learns the pattern, when you apply the model on the unseen data, it makes the prediction. The another classic example is, for example, let's say my father was into lending business. He used to give loans to his known people. He got a lot of experience. He gave loan to rich people and middle income group people and low income group people. Okay, and he had a lot of experiences. Based on his experience, he taught me, hey, people with this much of income, higher income, that doesn't mean they are going to repay the money on time. Okay, there could be chances they may run into bankrupt also. Okay, so you check their background also, right? For example, how many loans they have it already. It's not that when they come for a loan, they are applying the loan first time with you, right? Their income is good. Let's say, you are working as a data science architect or ML engineer. ML engineer, usually you get 18 lakhs, right? 18 to 20 lakhs. ML engineer with 3 to 4 year experience, they themselves getting 18 to 20 lakhs. Okay, and there are guys, right? Senior guys, they get 24 to 30 lakhs. There are my students, right? They are working in IBM now. They are getting 40 lakhs. So monthly your take home is 3.2. That doesn't mean you are a rich person. You can afford to buy a housing loan. Your house call, let's say you want to buy a flat, it costs 3.5 crore. Every month 1.7 lakhs loan itself will go away from your salary. Okay, so your salary is good, but end of the day, how many number of loans you have it, that matters. This is how my father taught me. So now what I do is I go and check various factors. His income and main income, the main income, and then the passive income, and also does this guy own any vehicle? In case of default, can I recover the money with his assets, right? And whether he is owning the house. If he is living in a rental house, he has to pay rent, and if he is not owning a vehicle, he has to go by a cab or so. And how many kids he has, and how many kids he has. Sorry, yeah. So right, how many kids and how many vehicles he has and how many number of houses and all these things they will check it, and based on which you decide whether a person is capable enough to repay the loan or not, and then you make the. So what we do is we train the model with people. We train the model with the different people's background. Okay, like income and then age. Age also matters. So now banks, if you are 60 plus, right, they don't give you the loan. There are banks, that's the rule, okay? Right? The age and income, and then your assets also they say, right? And the income and pre-existing loans, various factors they said. So the machine learning algorithm will be trained with the historical data, like how my father taught his experience with, when he uh, lent a loan to different type of people. All this experience went into my mind. My brain is like a machine learning. My machine learning, my brain learned the learned about various persons, payment behavior based on their backgrounds. Let's say my friend comes and asks me loan. What I do? I apply all these patterns on that guy, right? So my friend comes and he's working with IBM. He's getting 40 lakhs per annum. Everything is good. First thing which comes to my mind is, okay, apply all the patterns. Okay, so whether he has a pre-existing loans, okay, how is credit score? Okay, credit, first thing nowadays with the credit scores they decide. And what is his credit card utilization? Okay, that also matters. Like so many factors, right? I just check it and then I will say, hey, sorry, man. 2 days back, I helped my friend by giving this money. Currently, I'm running out of money, right? Similarly, machine learning models get trained with historical data. It learns various pattern automatically. That is the beauty of machine learning algorithm. Once you apply the trained model on the unseen data, like if any new person applies for the loan, your model already got trained with humongous amount of customers' data, especially those the bank lent the data, lent the money, right? That transaction related, the payment behavior, everything it learned. It applies that to the the person who apply for the loan, and then it decides, it makes a prediction, okay, whether the person is eligible for loan or not. Right? That is what you're. So if somebody is asking you what is machine learning, you train your algorithm, machine learning model with the historical data, and then apply the trained model on the unseen data without writing the program explicitly. Why should I use this term without explicitly writing the program? All these algorithms already invented by our grandfathers, father, grandfather or father, right, in the past. All we need to do is tell this algorithm the input data and output data. With this combination, it learns the pattern. So again, machine learning itself, there are different types are there. Okay, there are some cases, yes, I have input data, I don't have the output data. Yes, there are some algorithms you can use it still to learn the pattern, self-detect the pattern. Okay, that's where the unsupervised machine learning comes into picture. Likewise, various things we are going to discuss it in the upcoming session also. Next one is deep learning. Deep learning is an extension or subset of your machine learning. What happened, the machine learning algorithms. Algorithm, okay. There is a question from a gentleman called Nadeem Sheikh. How does the algorithm decided to wait. I'll just increase the width of this one. How does the algorithm decide the weightage it has to given to various inputs of area, age, salary, etc.? Very good question. Decide the weightage it has to give to. So that is where we have something called feature selection. Nadeem Shah. Okay. So we have various factors like no age is there, salary is there, and customer age and customer salary and pre-existing loans and their assets, everything, right? So so how does this algorithm knows which factors are really helpful to make the prediction of the outcome? Outcome is whether the person is eligible for loan or not. Is that what your question, Nadeem?
Yeah, that's my question. Yeah. Hello.
No response.
Hello.
Okay, weightage in the sense, right? It has to give. So that's where. Yes, you are correct, right? So how does the algorithm knows which features, input features or input variables are really helpful to predict the outcome variable? So that's where the feature selection comes into picture. That's a broad topic. We'll discuss about it later. Okay, we have something called filter method, embedding method, and also some cases we used a principal component analysis, and we've used a lasso regression, right? Likewise, various algorithms we used to make the predictions. Okay, sorry, we feature selection. Okay, That we will discuss it as we move further. Next one is deep learning. Deep learning is, learning deep. Deep learning. We are learning deep. So that means, right, so there are some disadvantages with machine learning algorithms. That's the reason why they came up with something called deep learning algorithm. Okay. So here it's right. So there are some limitations. I cannot say disadvantage. There are some limitations. Yeah, limitations also some kind of disadvantage, right? Machine learning adds some kind of limitations. To overcome that, there is something called deep learning that came into picture. Basically, deep learning is an evolution of machine learning algorithms. Okay, for example, you have something called neural network. You have input layer and output layer. In between, we introduce more number of hidden layers. Okay, to learn the complex patterns. There are some times, right, the patterns are simple, but there are some cases the patterns are very, very complex. For example, the face recognition and object detection, object segmentation, object tracking. Okay, so what algorithm that we use it for the object detection and object tracking, all the things, different algorithms we use it. We have something called YOLO algorithm, we use it for object detection, and we use deep sort for object tracking. See, I worked on a project, right, wherein we had to optimize the checkout time in the largest retail chain in USA. Okay, that's when we had taken a lot of video data, and then we did some kind of annotation frame by frame for each videos. We used various utilities. We have something called annotate label mg and all to annotate the each frames, and we force a lot of challenges. Anyhow, that's a very good use cases. If you guys stay tuned with my upcoming sessions, I will give you a demo on that. Okay, it's a very interesting one. Okay, so in that case, right, to learn the patterns, it requires, complex thing, right? It's a complex patterns. To understand the patterns, it involves a lot of complexity. That's the rare, that's when the deep learning is coming into picture. So it is really helpful. Okay, and computer vision. What is a computer vision? Computers is also a subset of your artificial intelligence, like machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and the computer vision is a subset of your artificial intelligence. What is computer vision? Give me a simple example. The self-driving car. Why don't you take the self-driving car example and tell me what is computer vision? As I told you, the notion of artificial intelligence, right? The idea of this one came out to simulate the machines with the human brain. Okay, giving the brain to the system or the car. If you give the brain to the car, is that sufficient? If somebody crosses the road, how does the car knows? Someone cross the road, or in the traffic light, if the red light appears, a green light appears. How does the car can make out whether it has to stop the car or whether it has to move the car? It requires a vision, eye, right? So scientists they thought, okay, we can give the eye to the car also. Instead of in addition to the brain, if we give the eye to the car can drive better, right? Without meeting with any accident. It requires an eye. Brain alone not sufficient, right? That's when the computer vision came into picture. The case of self-driving car, these cars are bombarded with lot of sensors, right? It learns the environment or the external world through these sensors, and then the data will be fed to your algorithm. They are using something called reinforcement algorithm. They are using blend of algorithm, like the computer vision, sorry, CNN algorithm. Okay, CNN, and then for image recognition and then object detection, everything, they are using it, right? So there, and computer vision CV2 package is very much helpful to do the image processing, video processing, everything. That's a very interesting topic. We will look into that one also. Next one is the responsive AI. What is responsive AI? Anybody has any idea? Yeah, before that, right, we'll just look at the important topic, generative AI. Okay, before we jump in there, we'll understand what is generative AI. So what is this generative AI? Nowadays, you might have heard about the Chat GPT. Now, to compete with the Chat GPT, China, they have launched the app called DeepSeek. DeepSeek. Yes. There is something called DeepSeek. Now, right, the day when they announced the launch of DeepSeek, the US stock market have dropped like anything, right? So now what China says is that DeepSeek is outnumbered the ChatGPT with respect to the performance. Okay, with respect to the performance, DeepSeek is now gaining out. And recently, I saw someone else, mentioned about to outnumber these two. Something else came up. Okay, so generative AI, using which you can generate a new content, like in ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT, you can generate new content. You can generate the text. You can generate images. You can generate music or videos based on the input data they have learned from. Okay. In the case of retail, AI can generate personalized emails, right, or promotional content based on a customer purchase history. Okay, for example, you want to sell the products in Amazon. You want to become an Amazon seller. So you want to, you want to promote your product in the social media site. So if you ask the chat GPT, hey, can you please give me the promotional content for this specific product which I'm planning to sell it in Amazon? So in India, it'll give you the promotional content, right? So with that, what you can do is you create a banner and then post it in Instagram and so on. Okay, it helps you to generate the promotional content, and if you want to generate an article, role play, everything is possible with generative. In simple time, it helps you to generate the new text context or text and images and music also. DALI, how many of you heard about DALI? With DALI, you can convert the text to images. And then there are some eight tools, right? You can convert your text to videos. Just you type the text, it generates the videos, which we'll discuss about those tools, interesting tools in the upcoming sessions. And we have used certain tools to increase our productivity and all. Okay. And next one is the explainable AI is missing here. What is explainable AI? Explainable AI are helpful to make the results of AI models understandable by humans. Okay, this is especially important in healthcare, finance, and law. Okay, okay. So, for example, listen, I have a recommendation system. It tells me, or it suggests me certain products to me. Okay, or my customers. So, explain in AI, what it does is it can help us to clarify why a certain product was recommended to my customer or me. Okay, that way it increasing the customer trust. Okay, and importantly, right, the XA is crucial in areas like credit scoring and loan approvals. Okay, so the bank must explain, right, why a particular loan application was denied. See, the machine learning algorithm, if you or any predictive algorithm, if you use it, it it uses the historical data. Based on the historical data's patterns it learned, it makes a prediction for the new customer when they apply for the loan, right? It says, he is not eligible for the loan. I'm going to decline the loan. That's all. The model will tell you, oh, this person is not eligible for loan or this person is eligible for loan. If they want the justification, that's when the explainable AI comes into picture. On what basis you decline the loan to this person or what person you approve the loan for this person. This is to ensure the transparency and fairness in decision making. That's where the explainable AI is missing, unfortunately. Okay, please bear with me. Sorry about that. And then now AI agents is gaining a lot of momentum and responsive AI also. We will see it. The rest of the topics we'll see it later. So today we spent more on the these terms and jargons. In the upcoming session, what we'll do is we will learn the uh, what are the different types of machine learning